Welcome to We Learn. Session 1, Part 2, Business Policy. Introduction to Strategic Management. Topic will be cover the psychologies of strategic management, limitations of strategic management, failure of strategic plans, importance of strategy. Now we were starting with the psychologies of strategic management. Strategic management को define करते समय strategic management जब create हुई थी तो किस किस तरीके के psychologies and किस किस तरीके के concept rise हुए थे. So yes, there were the several psychologists have conducted study to determine the psychological pattern involved in the strategic management. So our business executives see the process as an informal, intuitive, non-routinized and involving the primarily oral or the two-way communication. So these are the kind of the psychological patterns which basically involved in the strategic management. So the process is the scanning of the organization as a whole and the total situation relevant to it. It transacts the capacity of merely intellectual method and the techniques of discriminating the factor of a situation. So the term applicable to it are feeling, judgment, sense, proportions, balance, appropriateness. It is a matter of an art rather than the science. So yes, in that case, the process is basically organization में अगर हम strategic management की बात करें, so strategic management is the process basically centering of the organization as a whole, considering the total situation of the organization and yes, considering the organization as a one organization. In transit, the capacity of merely intellectual method, it is one of the technique which minimize or handle the discriminating factors. जो भी situations में problems होती हैं, discrimination factors होते हैं, उन सबको resolve करने के लिए, उन सबको समझने के लिए हम strategic management का use करते हैं. So in the previous time, the strategic management term is basically applicable or known as certain kind of a feeling, a certain kind of a judgment. Feeling factor was always there, that certainly the person is feeling like this probably happened. Judgment, self-judgment was there. Senses was there. Proportion, balance, appropriateness, these kind of things was always there for the strategic management. But yes, it is, if we talk about the strategic management is nothing else but it's an art. Because if we have a certain kind of strategies or we know that this work has to be done like this, so we just to plan all those activities, just to plan all those work, this is the main concept which comes from the art of that person. So that comes a matter of an art rather than a science. So on the psychologies of a strategic management, the first is given by the Henry Mintzberg in 1973. It was found that the senior managers typically deals with the unpredictable situations, so they strategize in the ad hoc, flexible, dynamic, and the implicit way. So he says the job bred adaptive information manipulators who prefer the life concern situation. The manager work in an environment often a stimulus responses and he develop in his work a clear preference of a living action. So in that terms, yes, this is what basically can be taking care of those situations which were dealing with the ad hoc part or the uncertain kind of situations जो कि एक normal organizations में manager face करते हैं. Yeah, at that time, yes, in 1973 they used to do face that things. So in that case, उन सब scenarios को concept में रखते हुए एक strategic management जैसा concept Henry Montross ने दिया था. They were basically giving the situation like there were the stimulus response. That means that there is a certain kind of a stimuli or the force behind the managers through which the ultimate responses was comes into a picture, and he developed in his work a clear preference for the live actions. Yes, and then at the same on the behalf of that stimuli response relationship, automatically the preferences and the actions comes into a picture. So this is the basic concept of the first psychologies of strategic management, considering the stimulus response factor in it, which is basically related to the unpredictable situations of the organization, which very frequently arises. Then the second verse comes into the in 1982 by the John Cotter. This is basically studying the daily activities of 15 executive and conclude that they spend most of their time developing and working a network of relationship from which they gain the general insight and specific detail to be used in making the strategic decisions. So they tend to use the mental roadmap rather than the systematic planning techniques. Yes, in that case, this is a kind of an again strategies used by the that 15 executive discussing communication or conversation was there just for the or just with the colleagues factor who were actually generating the networks of relationship, or not only with the your peer groups and all your seniors, your outsider parties, your in the person who were in the micro environment of the company. So they all used to contact with them, they generate the networks of relationship at the same time, so from which they actually gain the certain details of the project, or the topic. They come to know about the detailing of that, and yeah, there is a certain kind of techniques of exchanging of the ideas. So they trend to use the mental roadmap and rather than the systematic planning technique. एक बहुत बड़ी बड़ी planning techniques बनाने से better इन्होंने एक mental road plan बनाया था. That means they come with the certain kind of an image or picturization that how will they going to be performed. Then the third strategy or the philosophies comes into a picture. This was the Daniel Ellsberg in 1984. Study of a senior manager found that their decisions were highly intuitive. Executive often sensed what they were going to do before they could explain why. So he claimed in 1986 that one of the reason of this is the complexity of strategic decision and resulting information. So in that case, executive are more sensed what they were going to do before they could explain why. So in that times they were more concerning about the doing part कि हम कैसे करेंगे, इस सब चीज़ों पे ज़्यादा discussion होती है, how we were going to perform, how, rather than on the why conditions. So in that case ये एक इसलिए था क्योंकि there were so many confusions, so many complexities in the any kind of decision making and strategic decision making. So study the decision making in the organization occurs basically at the two level. That is, one is the individual level and other is the aggregate level. So they have developed a model of the parallel strategic decision making. The model basically identifying the two parallel process, both of which involve getting the attention, encoding information, storage and revital of the information, strategic choice, strategic outcome and feedback. So the individual and organization process are not independent, however, they interact at each stage of process. In that terms, that individuals are basically, or we can say that in the strategic decision making, aggregately or togetherly the persons are comes into a picture, and yes, at the same time the individual is also working on the same basis. So in that case, that is why decision making दो तरीके से डिवाइड की गई है. एंड ये मॉडल बेसिकली यही स्टेट करता है कि they were the two, we can take this as in a two parallel steps. That means we considered, we make the policy aggregately or togetherly with each other, or yes, at the same time we performed on the basis of the togetherness also. So that comes into the storage. किस तरीके के काम या एक्टिविटीज़ परफॉर्म होती हैं. इट इज़ काइंड ऑफ गेटिंग द अटेंशंस, encoding information, storage, revital of information, strategic choices, strategic outcomes and feedback kind of in a process was comes into a picture. So this is more towards the interact at each stage of process. So this is basically was defining the philosophies of a strategic management, which comes into a picture कि किस तरीके की philosophies जो हैं वो follow करनी चाहिए. As we get the philosophies of strategic management, now we are moving towards the limitations of strategic management. Limitations of strategic management comes from कि क्या क्या limitations हो सकती हैं एक strategic management की, या क्या ऐसी चीज़ें होती हैं जो strategic management consider नहीं कर पाता है, which is required to get in. So although a sense of direction is important and it is also a smoother creator, especially if it is the gridly enforced. So in an uncertain and ambiguous world, variabilities can be most important than a finely tuned strategic compass. So when a strategy becomes internalized into a corporate culture, It can lead to the group thinking. It can also cause an organization to define itself too narrowly. An example of this is the marketing myopia. We can take it that इन अ स्ट्रैटेजिक मैनेजमेंट, यस, स्ट्रैटेजी मैनेजमेंट जो होता है वो एक डायरेक्शन प्रोवाइड करवाता है, एक सेंस जनरेट करता है ऑर्गेनाइजेशन की कि मूव कहाँ करना है, कैसे फॉरवर्ड करना है. बट येस, वी कांट हैव एन exact solution and the problem solving technique of handling the uncertainty and ambiguity environment which basically arises in the surroundings. So in that case, yes, they were required to be the more kind of in a strategic, which is strategic management not related, because in some scenarios, in some situations, the concept of a strategic management going to be so narrow, so limited that it is not easy to get applied it. Like for example, that internalizedly we can say that the top management of the organization, the ultimate performers of the organization, was thinking like that nothing is going to be happen, nothing is going to be changed. So in that terms, the actual concept is nothing to come into a picture. So the example stated by the marketing myopia is again like a concept through which it is in kind of an illness which the marketers or the top management of the companies were suffering, in terms of that they didn't know how to perform, or they more focusing themselves in the market as a supplier. So they consider themselves only the suppliers, but rather than the producer and the take care of the wants and the needs of the customers. So yes, this is the one of the limitation that it is become limited or become narrow. ये किसकी एक लिमिटेशन है कि जो स्ट्रैटेजिक मैनेजमेंट के कॉन्सेप्ट होते हैं वो बहुत ज़्यादा नैरो हो जाते हैं, बहुत ज़्यादा लिमिटेड हो जाते हैं जब हम इंटरनल ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस की बात करते हैं या इंटरनलाइज्ड फैक्टर्स की बात करते हैं. Many theories of a strategic management trends to undergo only a brief period of popularities. A summary of this theories does inevitably exhibits the survivorship bias. Many theories trends either to be too narrow in a focus to build a complete corporate strategy on, or too general and abstract to be the applicable to the specific situation. In that terms, yes, अगर मैनेजमेंट की थ्योरीज की बात करें तो देवर मोर टूवर्ड्स दी ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ द सर्वाइवल फैक्टर कि किस तरीके से मार्केट में सर्वाइव करना है, किस तरीके से मार्केट के अंदर कम्पीट करना है, इन सब सिनेरियोज पर ये थ्योरीज ज़्यादा थी. सो इन दैट टर्म्स ये बहुत ही ज़्यादा जनरल फैक्टर्स थे, रादर देन हर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन की हर सिचुएशन में किसी ना किसी तरीके का डिफरेंट फैक्टर्स होते हैं, एंड दीज डिफरेंट फैक्टर नीड्स टू बी अंडरस्टैंड बिकॉज वो एक मेजर डिफरेंस क्रिएट कर सकते हैं ऑर्गेनाइजेशन की ग्रोथ में. सो इन दैट केस द नेचर ऑफ अ स्ट्रैटेजिक रिक्वायर्ड टू बी मोर स्पेसिफिक because the situations are very much specific. So in that terms, but the theories and the concept of the corporate strategies are more towards the generalized and more towards the general perspectives. The term strategic convergence to explain the limit scope of strategies being used by the rivals in the greatly differing circumstances. They state that strategic unit more than there should, because the more successful ones get imitated by the firm that do not understand that the strategic process involves designing a custom strategy for a specific of the each situation. In that terms, yes, strategic concepts are more towards the related to the greatly different circumstances. Again, in that concept जो बहुत ही ज़्यादा limited scope होता है हमारी strategies का, because they were in the different scenarios, different circumstances. So they were basically discussing on more than they should be. जो strategy की requirements होती हैं, जो strategy से उम्मीद होती है, जो strategy से हम एक expectations रखते हैं कि हाँ इस तरीके की strategy adopt करने से ये होगा. So in that terms वो हो नहीं पाता. So that comes into the limitations of strategic management. Now failure of strategic management. Why and how strategies एक्चुअली फेल. हम जितना भी एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन स्ट्रैटेजिक प्लान्स क्रिएट करती है, स्ट्रैटेजीज फैक्टर क्रिएट करती है, तो वो फेल कैसे हो जाती है या क्यों हो जाती है. द फेल टू अंडरस्टैंड द कस्टमर्स. दैट फर्स्ट इज कि जब कस्टमर को समझने में एक कंपनी फेल हो जाती है या वो प्रॉपरली अपने कस्टमर्स को अंडरस्टैंड नहीं कर पाती, दैट वाई डू दे बाय, इज देयर इज़ अ रियल नीड फॉर द प्रोडक्ट, और इनएडुकेट और द इनकरेक्ट मार्केटिंग रिसर्च वॉज देयर. सो अगर इन कॉन्सेप्ट में अगर वो चलते हैं, सो दैट मीन्स एक स्ट्रैटेजी प्लान प्रॉपर नहीं हो पा रहा है, क्योंकि एक हम अपने कस्टमर्स को अच्छे से नहीं समझ पाए. हमें नहीं पता कि कस्टमर्स को किस तरीके की चीज़ चाहिए, जो उनकी रियल नीड थी. वी आर नॉट कैपेबल टू गेट दैट रियल नीड. एंड एट द सेम टाइम हमारी जो भी मार्केटिंग रिसर्च थी वो इस वजह से भी हो सकता है कि मार्केटिंग रिसर्च इनएडुकेट हो, इनकरेक्ट हो. सो दैट्स कम्स इनटू द फेल टू अंडरस्टैंड द कस्टमर. देन इनएबिलिटी टू प्रिडिक्ट द इन्वायरमेंटल रिएक्शंस. दैट मीन्स एनवायरनमेंट में होने वाले जितने भी रिएक्शंस होते हैं, जितनी भी सिचुएशंस होती हैं, वी आर बेसिकली इनएबिलिटी टू प्रिडिक्ट द इन्वायरमेंटल रिएक्शन. दैट इज व्हाट विल बी द कंपटीटर्स डू, फाइटिंग ब्रांड्स, प्राइस वॉर्स, इस सब वो प्रिडिक्ट करने में, या इन्वायरमेंटल के आपके कंपटीटर्स किस तरीके से बिहेव करेंगे. इफ़ दे वर बिहेविंग, तो यू आर इनकैपेबल ऑफ रिएक्टिंग ऑन दैट, यू आर इनकैपेबल ऑफ अंडरस्टैंडिंग दैट. So that comes into the inability to predict the environmental reactions. Then yes, again, one of the government intervenes was also there. If the government rules and regulations was there, so it is one of the impossible tasks to get into it. Then overestimations of the resource competencies, when we actually जो resource competencies होती हैं, completeness होती है, उस पर जब overestimate लग जाते हैं, that means we calculate more and we रिलायबल ऑन आर रिसोर्सेज. हम रिसोर्सेज पर बहुत ज़्यादा जब रिलायबल हो जाते हैं, तो जितने भी स्ट्रैटेजिक प्लान्स होते हैं वो भी फेल हो जाते हैं. इट कुड बी पॉसिबल व्हेन इट्स कैन बी द स्टाफ, इक्विपमेंट एंड प्रोसेस हैंडल द न्यू स्ट्रैटेजीज. किसी तरीके की न्यू स्ट्रैटेजीज हैं. फेलियर टू डेवलप द न्यू एम्प्लॉयज़ एंड मैनेजमेंट स्किल्स. जो भी न्यू एम्प्लॉयज़ हैं या जो न्यू मैनेजमेंट कॉन्सेप्ट हैं, हम उन लोगों को डेवलप करने में या क्रिएट करने में फेल हो गए हैं. So this all comes into the underestimations of the resource competency. Then failure to coordinate. Yes, coordination is one of the essential requirement of the organization, कि how we actually coordinate. So अगर एक proper coordination generate नहीं हो पाता है, so in that terms किसी भी तरीके की strategy आगे perform नहीं कर पाती. Like reporting, controlling relationship not adequate, organization structure is not flexible enough. So in that terms coordination करने में उतनी ही ज़्यादा प्रॉब्लम आएगी अगर बहुत ज़्यादा restricted environment या organization structure होगा. So in that terms failures to coordinate. Then failure to obtain the senior management commitment. That is when the किसी भी तरीके की जो कमिटमेंट्स या डिसीजन मेकिंग प्रोसेस या किसी भी तरीके की रिक्वायरमेंट जो टॉप मैनेजमेंट से या सीनियर मैनेजमेंट से होनी चाहिए वो नहीं होती है. सो इन दैट टर्म्स येस, देयर आर दी सर्टन कॉजेज दैट फेलियर टू गेट द मैनेजमेंट इन्वॉल्व राइट फ्रॉम द स्टार्ट. जो मैनेजमेंट हैं वो सही से इन्वॉल्व नहीं है, सही प्रॉपर डिसीजन मेकिंग नहीं है, प्रॉपर कॉन्ट्रीब्यूशन नहीं है. येस, एट द सेम टाइम फेलियर टू obtain the sufficient company resources to accomplish the task when they were actually failed to accomplish the resources or to get the sufficient resources to accomplish it. उन्हें ऐसा लगता है कि हाँ appropriate resources available नहीं हैं in terms of वो perform नहीं करेंगे. Then yes, तो failure to obtain the employees commitment. जब एक employees commitment लेने में किसी तरीके की failures हो जाएं, when employees are not committed towards any kind of strategy development, towards any kind of the improvement. So in that case वो भी एक failing reason होता है हमारे strategic plan का. It could be new strategy not well explained to the employees. That means there were always new strategies not well explained to the किसी भी तरीके की new strategies आई हैं वो अच्छे से उन्हें explain नहीं है, तो probably it create a problem. Then no incentives given to the workers to embrace the new strategies. Yes, किसी भी तरीके की new strategies, new things, new techniques are adopted, but employees are getting nothing. किसी तरीके की incentives या benefits नहीं avail हो रहे हैं. So in that case, this will probably lead towards the failure of strategic plans. Then underestimations of the time requirements, that is no critical path analysis done. किसी भी तरीके की critical path analysis नहीं done किया. Critical path analysis are basically those analysis which is the most difficult area or ऑफ दी स्ट्रैटेजिक प्लान का जो सबसे डिफ़िकल्ट एरिया होता है उसे बहुत ज़्यादा क्रिटिकली लाइटली कंसीडर किया जाता है या उसे कंसीडर नहीं किया जाता है. और कंपनीज अनएबल टू अंडरस्टैंड कि हमारा वो ऐसा एसेंशियल एरिया कौन सा है जिसका होना बहुत ज़्यादा ज़रूरी है और जिसके होने से ही ओवरऑल स्ट्रैटेजी परफॉर्म कर पाती है. सो दिस इज़ व्हाट कि हम अगर ये क्रिटिकल पाथ नहीं अंडरस्टैंड कर पाते, दैट मीन्स वी आर लैकिंग टूवर्ड्स दी गेटिंग दी प्रॉपर एस्टिमेशन ऑफ अ टाइम. हम एक प्रॉपर टाइम जनरेट नहीं कर पा रहे हैं, जिस वजह से हम अंडर एस्टिमेट हो जाते हैं टाइम के लिए, और जो कि आगे प्रॉब्लम क्रिएट कर सकता है स्ट्रैटेजिक प्लान्स के अंदर. Then failure to follow the plans, that means they were more towards the failure part, when they were failed to follow the plans. जो ultimately plan बनाया जिसकी वजह से achievement हो रही हैं, they actually fail to follow that. वो उसको आगे carry forward करना भूल जाते हैं. So no follow through after the initial plannings. जो भी प्लानिंग्स हुई है उसके बाद किसी भी तरीके का फॉलो अप नहीं हुआ है, और नो ट्रैकिंग ऑफ एन प्रोग्रेस अगेंस्ट द प्लान्स, और जो भी प्लान अचीव था उसके हिसाब से किसी भी तरीके की ट्रैकिंग भी नहीं हुई है. सो दैट्स कम्स इनटू द फेलियर ऑफ फ्लो दी प्लान्स. देन फेलियर टू मैनेज द चेंज, जब किसी भी तरीके का चेंज अगर हुआ है ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के अंदर, एन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन एक्चुअली फेल टू हैंडल दैट चेंज, दैट मीन्स एन एडुकेट अंडरस्टैंडिंग ऑफ द इंटरनल रेजिस्टेंस टू चेंज. एक प्रॉपर अंडरस्टैंडिंग जनरेट नहीं हो पाई है इंटरनल रेजिस्टेंस की वजह से, इंटरनल फैक्टर्स की वजह से, कि व्हाट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन इज़ बेसिकली लुकिंग फॉर. सो दैट्स कम्स इनटू कि एक चेंज को अडॉप्ट करने में प्रॉब्लम आती है. इफ़ एम्प्लॉयज़ आर नॉट टूवर्ड्स अडॉप्टिंग दैट पर्टिकुलर चेंज, तो ऑब्वियसली वो एक फेलियर होता है स्ट्रैटेजिक प्लान्स का. देन लैक ऑफ विजन्स ऑन द रिलेशनशिप बिटवीन द प्रोसेसेस, टेक्नोलॉजीज एंड ऑपरेशंस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. इन दैट टर्म्स येस, अगर एक विजन्स ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का जो मिशन है, अल्टीमेटली ऑब्जेक्टिव्स जो हैं उसके वो क्लियर नहीं है, अगर एम्प्लॉयज़ को भी नहीं पता कि विजन्स क्या हैं, या टॉप मैनेजमेंट डिडंट नो अबाउट द एग्जैक्ट विजन ऑफ द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, सो इट रिलेटेड टू द रिलेशनशिप्स प्रॉब्लम्स, एंड इट एक्चुअली अराइज द प्रॉब्लम्स ऑन द strategies basis, because you are not getting the proper idea or the proper forecasting was there. Then poor communication, yes, when there was no proper communication in the organization, it same happens like in a coordination. When the coordination was not there, the strategies are not going to be performed. Same as when the proper communication is not there between the managers, between the higher authorities, so then no strategic plan is going to be performed successfully. So in that case, insufficient information sharing amongst the shareholder and exclusions of these stakeholders and delegations was there. नाउ द इम्पॉर्टेंस ऑफ स्ट्रैटेजीज़ की क्या क्या इंपॉर्टेंस है. सबसे पहला, दी स्ट्रैटेजी हेल्प एन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन टू टेक एन अ डिसीजन ऑन द लॉन्ग रेंज फोकास्टिंग. दैट मीन्स हम जब किसी भी तरीके की फोकास्ट करते हैं, वहाँ पर किसी तरीके के डिसीजंस लेने में सबसे ज़्यादा हेल्प हमारी स्ट्रैटेजी मैनेजमेंट करते हैं. It allowed the firm to deal with the new trends and meet the competition in an effective manner. Yes, किसी भी तरीके की न्यू चेंजेस, न्यू टेक्निक्स, न्यू ट्रेंड्स को अचीव करने के लिए, उसे ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में प्रॉपरली फुलफिल करवाने के लिए स्ट्रैटेजीज़ बहुत हेल्प करती हैं. विद द हेल्प ऑफ अ स्ट्रैटेजी, द मैनेजमेंट बिकम फ्लेक्सिबल टू मीट द अनएंटिसिपेटेड चेंजेस. येस, जो चेंजेस अडॉप्ट नहीं हो सकते हैं या जिनको अडॉप्ट करना बहुत डिफिकल्ट है, उसमें स्ट्रैटेजीज़ हेल्प करते हैं, और दे प्रॉबली ट्राई टू मेक द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन लिटिल फ्लेक्सिबल to adopt that. Then efficient strategic formulation and implementation result into the financial benefit to the organization in the form of increased profit. Yes, that is कि किसी भी तरीके की proper formulation और implementation of result जो है वो कहीं ना कहीं benefits profits को increase करेगी, जो कि organization में आगे अच्छे से perform करवा पाएंगे. Then strategy provide the focus in terms of the organization objective. That means we can say that they were more focusing towards the organizational objective. उन पर ज़्यादा focused होते हैं. Organization effectiveness is ensured with the effective implementation of strategies. So in that terms कि जितनी भी organization की effectiveness होती है एक strategy को implement करने में, वो भी बहुत ज़्यादा increase होती है. It more work towards the effective part. Then strategy contributes towards the organization effectiveness by providing the satisfaction to the personnel. That means yes, towards the proper, it actually help in contributing towards the organization effectiveness की कितनी ज़्यादा organization को effective बनाना है, how to satisfy the organization. Then strategy formulation and implementation gives any opportunity to the management to involve the different level of management in the process. That means again the formulation and implementation part of the organization की उस केस में जब हम formulation and implementation करते हैं properly opportunities को achieve करें, and then yes at the same time they require the contribution of all the departments of the organization to require that formulation and implementation part. So this is what the maintaining the coordination and communication part in the organization. So yes, there are a few questions which you have to do it yourself. The first is describe in detail the limitations and the reasons for the failure of strategic management. Strategic management के फेल होने की क्या reasons हैं और उसकी limitations क्या हैं, and define the strategy. Second is define strategy, why it is important to have a strategy in the organization. Strategy होना क्यों ज़रूरी है और उसकी importance क्या है, have to explain this also. So yes, this is all about for the today's session. We were winding up here. So thank you so much. Happy learning. We learn.